don't mind the outfit. I just got from a lunch wedding and dressed down. I still have my makeup on. I've undone my hair. But today I want to talk to you about what are the bags that would be my dream bags from each fashion house. And some of these bags existed before. They were in store, they were launched, and some of these I came up with this in my mind, so I hope you like it. Let me know if you do want me to continue this as a series with different brands. So we're gonna start with Louis Vuitton. From Louis Vuitton, for me, it had to be the Petite Malle. I never got one, my sister got one, and when she got one, it was the one that I thought were most beautiful at the time. So that's probably what I would choose at the time. But I've seen pictures, I haven't seen this in person ever. I think one is from 2014 and the other from 16, I don't know, let me know. But I've seen two pictures that I think would be the most amazing versions of this bag, just because it looks quite vintage. And that's what I like in Louis Vuitton pieces. I like them to look quite vintage, quite dated. I don't know, I'm not very into just the classic monogram, but I want them to feel very trunky, but also vintage. So there's nothing more Louis Vuitton trunk than the Petite Malle. And the one I chose, the first one, it's from 2014, as I said. It is this very vintage looking version that is in black with some coffee caramel leather, and then a little bit darker shade, like a light brown leather mix. It has a lot of browns, and then the gold hardware. I don't know what it is. It looks like something a pirate found by the sea. It just look very beaten and dated. I don't know, the picture that I found has this scratch on it. I'm not sure. This is not from the bag. I couldn't find whatever, like a picture that wasn't without it, but I think it's not from the bag, it's just the condition. But I think this is like one of the most interesting Petite Malle that I've ever seen. The second one, I think it's called Damier Tressage. So it's not a perfect bag. I would need to have some alterations, so maybe one day Louis Vuitton will hear this. I'm kidding. But it's basic a damier, but it has the inverted canvas, reversed canvas logo on the back, and then in front you have almost like a checked feel, like the damier in black, and then you have an option in white. I'm gonna leave you the pictures of those two. I would want something with the logo a little bit smaller. I'm not sure if it's possible. Or maybe no logos, just like a plain letter on the background, and then the same effect in front. I'm okay with the color of the reversed monogram on the back, just like a caramel base with smaller logos or just no logos, preferably. And then in front, either black or brown, and just this effect of a checkered, like a chessboard. I don't know, I love it. If this bag ever would come out, I would need that in my collection. First, I'm obsessed with plates, checkboards, you know, all those square things. I don't know, I just love it. So this would be the perfect bag for me. Not only a classic piece, but also different and very special, because that's not a bag that I would wear on a daily basis, probably night out. So yeah, I very much like it. One of those two, they are a bit different, but I don't know, they're both special. If I had to choose one, then would be my creation, but because that is not very realistic, I'll stick with the first one. So second, let's go with my favorite, Hermès. So very, 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 very hard, this one, because my dream bag, like in my life, is a picnic bag. I don't even know the shade of the leather, probably something light beige to combine. and we'll talk more about that in another bag. But that's my dream bag, but very, I don't know, it feels very untouchable right now. I don't see it. I couldn't afford the pre-owned market. I don't even see this color on the pre-owned market. So that would be my dream bag. But if I only had one Hermes bag, I wouldn't want the picnic. The picnic would be my go-to summer vacation bag. But if I only had one Hermes bag, you know, that wouldn't still be it. So my perfect holy grail Hermes bag would be a Birkin, not a Kelly. I don't know why, I love Kelly most, but if I only had one, I think it would be a Birkin. It's just more practical for me. In the size 25, I don't know, I'm obsessed with Birkins in 25 right now. I don't have any, but I've been obsessed with them. Ostrich leather. It's literally the only exotic leather that I gasp about. Like, I really, really love it. I don't know. I love how delicate it is. I don't know, I just love it more than any croco or whatever. Call me insane, but I would prefer this bag that I'm telling you guys than an Himalayan bag, for example. So, a Birkin 25 ostrich leather and probably in parchment. So, about hardware, I'm still not sure. Like, I like it in gold, how it feels a little bit dressy, but I still prefer normally palladium hardware, as for me it's easier to mix, so I would go for palladium hardware. I don't know, that would be my dream bag. I've never seen it in front of me. I've never seen this leather in this color. I've never seen ostrich in parchment, but I don't know. You know, it has to be this very light dainty beige that I could wear everywhere. Maybe I wouldn't, but I could. So no picnic bag, even though that's my dream bag. One day I want it in my collection. That would be my dream Hermes bag. Now let's move into Chanel. Quite hard choosing Chanel because I had 3 colors in my mind that I've always thought I would want at Chanel. And that would be an off-white, not so bright of a white, I think, but a little bit muted. I would want a brown, a little bit darker caramel, like not so soft, but a darker caramel. And I would want something in gray, but gray is like the least favorite, I think. But what I chose was the perfect shade of white. I don't know why, like I just need a plain white bag in my life. I just sold recently the one that I had, so I would need to have something else instead of it. And I don't know why, I just am obsessed with the classic flap in shades of white. Even like there recently, which collection was that? But recently there was like an eggshell, very almost like grayish or yellowish undertone, like an eggshell, and I loved it. But I saw it in store in Brazil in the middle of my confusion with Chanel, so I didn't even look at it. So yeah, one of the shades, either in a small size or jumbo, because if I want something dainty, I want to go for the small size. If I want something more practical and more, I don't know, more grown up, I will go with the jumbo. But the medium size, it doesn't, I don't know, it's not one and another. It doesn't fit as much as I need, but it's also not as dainty in my opinion. And the minis, I'm done with the minis. I don't ever want to see a mini again, I think. Maybe I'll change mine and you're gonna like call me out, but this will be the size. So I actually decided for a jumbo just because this kind of, I don't know if you feel me, but the white, it's not something that I wear much to go out. Like, I normally don't go out at night in white or white. And during the day, I'd prefer to have a bigger bag. But then for events, I'd probably take an Hermes bag, you know, for like special events. So I don't know, I just think the jumbo would fit me better. So a jumbo in a white, that is not a like very crispy white, but like a different kind of white. In lambskin, it has to be lambskin, palladium hardware or light gold, champagne, antique gold hardware, not bright gold hardware. Lambskin, sizes, color, so yeah, that would be it. I'm not sure, I think this, like, probably there is a lot of versions of that would fit this bag from past collections, but I haven't seen, like, I've seen something similar in pre-owned shop here in Brazil, but the bag was quite beaten. So yeah, I'll need to probably wait for another season. Yes, and I would get it. I don't care about the prices, whatever. I'm just not gonna collect Chanel bags anymore, but I'll have 1, 2, or 3, I think, that I absolutely love. So yeah, that would be my Chanel choice. Let me know if I'm insane, if you never go for a jumbo. Let's go for the DIOR. So the Lady DIOR was my first bag. I have a, but which is, I wish to share with my sister. It's now with her. You probably heard the story on my bag collection video. And I have a love for this bag because I got this bag more than 15 years ago for the first time. I don't have it anymore, it's with my sister, but I had this bag more than 15 years ago, probably 16, turning 17. And still to date, I think it's one of the most perfect bags ever made. So the color that I would go for, it would either be like caramel or a white, but, and that's a shock. Recently there was a wicker bag from this Lady DIOR, like a Lady DIOR wicker bag. I've seen it with white leather, navy leather, and then a brighter blue leather. If DIOR could make this without the giant Christian DIOR on front, so it's not too sporty, you know, from the oblique collection, and with a leather that almost matched the straw, the wicker part of the bag perfectly, that would be my dream bag. Just because you don't know this yet, but I have an obsession with wicker bags and straw bags and raffia bags, but I still don't own them because it would have to be perfect, like the leather combination and everything, so I could wear with all my outfits. I do travel a lot to the beach. I do have summer 9 months a year here in Brazil, and then for the rest of the trio probably am traveling 1. I do work with swimwear and resort wear, so I always dream about these bags. Chanel has some amazing vintage pieces that I would die for, and I decided for DIOR to choose the Lady DIOR in the wicker bag, but completely redone, as I tell you. So let me know if this bag exists. It's something that you would love, you would get. Should we make a petition or something? I don't know, but I just think it would be amazing. So we've been to the 4 most talked brands, but I want to add 2 that I really know, like, what would be my dream bag. And the first one is the Goyard. So for Goyard, I would really love to own a mini Saigon bag. I don't know, you know, I love all the vintage vibes, all the classic vibes, and structured bag and the trapeze form. So that's really the bag that I really love in style. I really love top handles. I really like to carry my bag as handbags in my hands, really. I just feel very ladylike and sophisticated. And the mini Saigon bag in Canva, brown and black, like the classic brown and black. Not the classic brown, but the brown and black. They're both like the 2 classic shades in Goyard. I don't know, I just love it, like with an all black outfit, with browns and caramels and whatever. I don't know, from all the logos, that's the only one I don't really hate. Like, you know, I'm not very an oblique fan from DIOR. I don't really like the monogram in Louis Vuitton. I only have one in the reverse because I feel like it's a little bit slightly different, but I don't know. But the Goyard one, maybe because I don't see it as much and not everyone knows what this bag is. Like, of course, you all know, would probably, you watching these videos can recognize a Goyard bag from far, even if you don't know the model, but it's not a brand that is too out there. So after all the 4 previous houses of fashion that I've mentioned, the 5th one that I would go for would be the Goyard, something that we don't see as much, but I just love it. And there's something else that I love from the brand, which is the Bourget carry-on luggage. Like, if you can validate this as a bag, that would be it. But if we're talking about bags, then yeah, the mini Saigon. And 6, just to spice it up, I've chosen Prada, just because there's this one bag from Prada that I can't forget. And that would be the Clio bag in this muted mint green. Have you seen it? But in ostrich. Like, I just die for this bag. I just think it's so lovely, so lovely. I don't know, the ostrich in mint green just make the bag like 10 times better, and it's not even 10 times more expensive. It's fair, like a reasonable price. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. You know, like I already talked about how my favorite exotic leather is ostrich, but this combination is to die for. Does anyone else has this ostrich obsession like me? Why is it so cute? I don't know. I never thought I would want an exotic leather bag, just because I don't know, it seems unnecessary. But then again, they're all leather anyway. It's not like I don't buy leather. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna say like I'll never do it, because I've been obsessed with ostrich. I've been obsessed with it. So that was 6 bags that I want from 6 brands, like the ultimate bag, the dream bag. Sometimes I came up with it, sometimes I've seen it. Maybe I'll change mine, but this is me right now. Let me know what you think. And if you have suggestions of different brands that I should do this with, maybe, I don't know, Bottega, Gucci, whatever, let me know. If you're building up your collection, if you want to know more about Hermès colors, especially these special colors, there are really like 3 very special colors, I'll see you there. You have to see this. Like, if you don't know what this is, and if you don't know which colors are chameleon bags, I see you there.